A young girl's painful memories. This girl is only 16. Her name is Xinyang. One can see melancholy in her eyes, which she should not have at such a tender age. Her father was persecuted to death when she was only 8. When her dad, Xu Dawei, came home, he was carried in on a stretcher. He was terribly thin and covered with wounds. He permanently left his wife and young daughter 2 weeks after he was released home. Wife Chi Lihua, her heart was broken for her innocent husband who died in such an agonizing way, and her daughter who was terrified throughout her childhood. Her husband was a gentle and sincere man. They knew each other through practicing Falun Gong. When they attended group exercises, he often helped correct others' movements. Whenever villagers had big gathering, he often went to help since he was a chef. He was happy to help and always turned down the gifts. Everyone in the village looked up to him. When the persecution began, he wanted to tell others what Falun Gong was. He and his wife were arrested because they distributed Falun Gong material. He was sentenced to 8 years in prison. His wife was released because she was pregnant at the time. He suffered enormously during the 8 years of incarceration. He was tortured with all sorts of devices. When he was injected with an unknown drug, he lost his sanity. Chi Lihua appealed for her innocent husband everywhere. Her little daughter had to take care of herself most of the time. There were 376 villagers who signed the petition after they learned Xu Dawei was persecuted to death. They demanded to bring the justice for him. Under the Jiang Zemin's mass extermination policy against Falun Gong, ruin their reputation, cut off their finances, eliminate their bodies. Chi Lihua was persecuted to critical condition after appealing for her husband. Their daughter grew up without a loved one nearby. She was forced to transfer to 3 different schools when she was in 3rd grade. When the policeman came to arrest teachers, she had to leave school. She was so traumatized and scared she could not sleep at all unless a family member held her hand. Such persecution cases have been ongoing for the last 18 years. Countless families were broken. We wish for your kindness and compassion to come forth and join us to stop the persecution.